Happy weekend, guys, and welcome again here to your favorite web show, Peak Bytes. I'm Diego Romo. We have a lot to cover today, including a look at 3 pieces of legislation that are working their way through Senate and House committees as we speak. Lucas will introduce you to the Park City Miners hockey team, and we do some ice skating with the Park City Speed Skating Club. State legislators in the House of Representatives just passed a bill that would cover college tuition and general fees for low-income students within the state by a vote of 69-3. The Access Utah Promise Scholarship, sponsored by Darren Owens of Fountain Green, would cover the cost of tuition and general student fees for full-time, low-income students who applied for federal financial aid programs and were not able to receive full funding. The scholarship would help Utah students with 4 full semesters at any state college, university, or technical school. According to Desert News, the program is modeled after the already existing and very successful programs at Weber State University and Salt Lake City Community College. The original version of the bill called for funding the program by phasing out other merit-based scholarships like the state's Regent Scholarship. But after some pushback, Utah lawmakers decided to keep the merit-based scholarships and fund the Access Utah Promise Scholarship as well. Great news for Utah students.
Something we haven't talked much about here on Peak Bytes is our very own Park City Miners men's ice hockey team. The men's team has currently been in the double elimination state playoff tournament where they face off against the undefeated Viewmont team at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex. The Miners had a late 10 o'clock game against Viewmont on Tuesday night where they unfortunately lost 5-2. However, the double elimination format gives the Miners another shot and they are currently set to play in the state finals. The bad news is that Park City has to face Viewmont again, the team that they just lost to a few days ago. The Miners are led by Wes Griffin and Wesley Hatz, who are both averaging more than 1.5 points per game. Best of luck to the Miners as they face off for the state championship.
It seems like all political news lately has been very partisan, but lucky for us, Utah state lawmakers took a major step towards bridging the divide between party lines by clearing HB 259 through the House Government Operations Committee on Wednesday. The bill, which was sponsored by both a Republican and a Democrat, ends straight party voting within the state, a practice that just under 1/3 of the state uses when voting, according to the bill's sponsor, Representative Patrice Arendt of Mill Creek, in a recent Salt Lake Tribune interview. She added that voters are often confused by the option and believe that they are compelled to indicate their party affiliation and vote accordingly. She said, quote, that we want to make sure that people thoughtfully vote for every person on the ballot. Utah is only one of 7 states to allow the practice. You can head to le.utah.gov for more information, and we'll keep you posted as this story develops.
Staying right on the ice, the Park City Speed Skating Club is our local group for getting kids into speed skating. By being in such an Olympic-friendly area, there are several opportunities for kids to compete in speed skating, especially with the Olympic Oval down in Kearns. The Park City Speed Skating Club has raised some Olympic hopefuls themselves, with Casey Dawson, Lindsey Woodbury, and Will Valentine all being selected for the Junior Olympic team with hopes of competing in the 2022 Winter Games. The coaches at the club have been with these athletes since the inception of their young careers, which speaks volumes to the tremendous coaching and talented athletes we have right here in Park City. I also can't forget to mention that the ISU World Cup Long Track Speed Skating Final is coming here to Salt Lake City March 9th and 10th. Come check out what I call it the fastest ice on earth at the Kearns Oval. We'll see you there.
One Utah lawmaker is fighting to block cities across the state from enacting bans on so-called auxiliary containers that include plastic bags, straws, and boxes. State Representative Mike McKell of Spanish Fork has introduced HB 320, formally titled the Container Regulations Act. It would supersede municipal regulations, and it would place a block on legislation statewide that bans plastic containers. Our very own city council enacted a ban on plastic bags in 2017 that prohibits grocery stores that are at least 12,000 square feet from distributing plastic bags to their customers. Officials from City Hall estimate that the ban prevents the distribution of over 800,000 plastic bags in the Park City community every year. The city of Moab recently enacted a similar ban, and the city of Logan is looking to take similar action. Representative McKell's reasoning for the legislation is based solely on the fact that the ban places a large financial burden on small businesses, who have a hard time making up for the costs of using paper or other renewably sourced materials. In a recent Fox News interview, Representative McKell said that consumers should fight for individual businesses to make the change, rather than placing a broad regulation on all businesses within the state. You can learn more about HB 320 at le.utah.gov. Thank you all so very much for tuning in to today's webisode of Peak Bytes. Be sure to tune in next week for more great stories and news from around the community. If you can't wait until Tuesday, tune in Monday morning at 7 a.m. for Street Views with Conrad Jacobellis, followed by the Mountain Morning Show live at 8. As always, follow us on all of our social media at Park City TV. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again on Tuesday.